There we go. Welcome to Life with Anita, everybody. And today I am going to be interviewing Rodriguez, Mr. U Underwood. And we are going to hear about his book, hear about the great community impact that he's making, and we are going to hear about all the amazing things that make him the great man that he is. So I am going to bring him on, and we are going to just talk and learn a lot more about the man himself. Welcome to the show.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey Anita.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Hey, I'm glad to be on. Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. Now, you have just became an author of your book, which I actually have a copy of, Innocence Taken. So,
Yes, you
could you
do. Thank
let
you for the support.
everybody know what was that like you becoming an author? What made you want to become an author?
Oh my God, that's an amazing question. Wanting to become an author, I think, has been a long time dream of mine, and just from my unique story, a lot of people that I know growing up suggested it, right? So, but my thing was, I wasn't really sure where to start with writing a book, right? Because it's so much intel of my story. So, but I think once I was able to find inspiration on not just the story, but the piece of just being more of inspiration and with telling the story, it kind of like was easier for me to start. It was, I mean, because that was really the thing. It was just getting it started, right? So just knowing where to start and how to start it with telling the story, but giving the story itself more purpose and more, and just being more intentional with the aspect of telling it. So, but once I was able to like hear from God and know where to go with that, becoming it's like now it's like I look back, I look at the book, you know what I'm saying, and it's like wow, it actually exists, right? It's
Yeah.
here. So it's like that was a huge hurdle. I ain't even gonna say hurdle. It was a huge achievement, right? To actually be able to live and experience and to become an author, the support that I've been getting from the community and family and friends. It's been amazing. So um, I think a lot of times we wonder when we're going through something, we're wondering why it's happening to us. But I think once we find out the reasons why we go through certain things and it was really meant to set us up for greatness or set us up for success or set us up for any type of favor on a big scale or small scale, it is something that you become more passionate about because you're like, hey man, I lived through that. Like I didn't really see myself on the other side of it, but it's like, look, I'm on the other side and I'm stronger now. I'm able to help others find healing that may be still going through. So it's not so much the aspect of just becoming an author because that's a great feeling, but to see the book going on and doing great things and really helping people, getting great feedback, telling people that uh, some part of the story they was able to relate to, even if that, you know what I'm saying, it's a humbling but at the same time exciting and grateful opportunity to experience this world, this industry of being an author or a book writer, shall I say. It's an amazing feeling, and I'm definitely going to write another one because with writing the book, I was able to find so much healing myself that I didn't know that I still had stored up in me. Like revisiting those moments that I didn't want to talk about, right? Because they were so, you know what I'm saying, they were so hurtful or so dark or so at the time I didn't understand it or whatever, how those feelings made me feel, how I felt when I was going through it. I didn't want to revisit those, but come to find out, that's where a lot of healing is. Once I was able to revisit those moments and to the point where being able to write them down for other people to kind of like experience and understand how I felt within those moments. Hey, it was a lot of healing done within that. So becoming an author is a serious thing, right?
Yes.
I didn't really understand. I didn't really understand the whole hype behind it, but it's more than a hype, right? It's so much more than a hype because it's like you become an expertise at what you wrote about, right? Like people start to seek you out in counsel or in mentorship or in some,
Yes.
you know, according to what you wrote. Because if it's that impactful, you know, other doors were open, and so that's what I've been really experiencing.
Now, a lot of people, they see you, they meet you, and you yourself have a true dynamic story behind who you are and where you came from. So, if you could share with the viewers just a little bit about where you came from and how you became the man that you are today.
Oh wow. um, don't get it twisted. I mean, I'm still learning myself. I'm still learning myself and where I come from. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm doing a whole reprogramming right now of a lot of my history and where I truly come from and who I truly am. So, experiencing this whole spiritual journey and this awakening is is who I am now. Right? It's like I feel like God is really showing me who I am. Uh, over a lot of things of who I thought I was or who other people thought I was or things that I've, you know, free willingly chose to pursue as far as the fashion industry. Like those things was amazing. But to experience foster care and to be an advocate for that, a speaker for it, that has going through that, coming from that background has given me so much compassion and care and concern about people that are experiencing that world in their life. So who I am now, I'm so passionate about this position that I'm in to do that because who I was, I didn't see this. I didn't see this part of my life, right? I was just
Mhm.
doing those things that, you know, operating my gifts and my talents and stuff at that time. So um to be on this side of this journey is amazing, and I'm so grateful to be this person and be in this position. And I know now who I was and all the things that I went through. They were very much so worth it, right? And now I can speak on it because now, I mean, in the past I didn't want to speak on it. I didn't feel like I had the voice to do so. But now that I know I do, I want to make sure that that voice that I have is used for purpose and is used for empowerment and impact and speaking life and health and helping others find their purpose as well. Because a lot of times now I'm able to identify and see people and meet people, and I hear all of these business ideas and these concepts and these things people want to do and all of this. And a lot of times none of that is their purpose. Right? It's not their true purpose. So just, you know, helping other people find this enlightenment or helping other people find this part of their journey is who I am. And at the same time, I am still embracing my past and learning how to understand that it just wasn't for me, right? It was for other people. It was for my circle. It was for um, the love, my ministry. It was for all of that reason. So um, I'm I'm so like on fire with all of the greatness that's going on in my life because I decided to, you know, take this walk with God and go outside of myself to do something that's bigger than me, right?
Mhm.
So, yes, I love being a foster care advocate because that's my story.
Mhm.
And, you know, no matter how much I tried to run from it, it's still a part of it's a part of my story, so I have to tell it. So just understanding how to tell it. You know, we're still going through personal development, still, you know, practicing, still speaking on many stages, and I use my story for almost every stage that I'm on. I use it to relate it to just overcoming anything. Like, you know, still setting goals amidst of what you're going through, still showing up, still, you know, being compassionate towards other people, like still like not giving up. So yeah, I mean that's who I am now. And I'm glad to be this person.
Now, Mr. Yu, I have known you for a while, and you have even been an inspiration to me more than you know. Just the way, and I am so, and like now you are so much like family, and I love to even be in
Absolutely.
the presence of somebody who's so impactful like you, just to see all the
Absolutely.
work you do, just to read your book and see what you do. It's been amazing. So now, Styles by Mr. Yu. Now you are big into fashion. You are
Yes.
amazing at that too. When you step out, I see you step out. So, can you explain to people about Styles by Mr. You?
Oh my God. It was just, I started a brand as something that I felt like I had natural. Like I always had a sense of style, sense of fashion. And I just went deeper into it. Got into modeling and took so many different workshops on just learning fabric, textures, patterns. And it just sharpened my toolbox to start a brand at it. And it was so easy because I mean I had it naturally as a kid, even in foster care. That was one of the things that helped me stay focused on just, I think staying out of trouble. Like I was one of those pretty boys that, kids found little jokes on. But I used to always tell them like, look, just because you don't like it, that don't mean I'm gonna change. So this is, I knew early that this is this is what I love. This is who God made me to be. So I just have that fashion bug. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what situation that I'm going through in life, I still like to get up and get myself together to feel nice. You know what I'm saying? And looking nice, feeling nice. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and produce nice. Like I see people all the time out and just passing me. They're like, hey, brother, you look really nice. You know what I'm saying? It not only makes me feel great, but I think in a sense, it makes them feel great. It's like a breath of fresh air to a lot of people, right? It makes them feel like they want to go home and get themselves together sometimes, right? So I started a brand as something that I do naturally. So uh, just, start helping other people find that or helping other people find that feeling, right? Like doing photo shoots. I'm a photographer, I'm a stylist, right? So anytime I'm able to, put people in some fine threads or put some people in a fitted suit or put a woman in a nice dress with her makeup done and her hair done, her nails, it's like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna feel great, right? And then to capture the photos, to capture the moments, what I'm saying, it just sharpens the experience. But I love it. I love doing it. I love seeing people in that element when they're feeling good about themselves. Right? Is like a, I don't know. It's like a philosophy. It's like the energy of something. It's crazy. But a lot of people that I work with, they do come back because they like the experience. I've had a chance to produce fashion shows, uh, work with celebrities, be in movies, stage plays, all this type of stuff. Just off really, I think a style, my style, right? But I think once people get a chance to talk to me and they see that I'm a little bit more intellectual than they probably expected, that kind of helps. But as far as the style, the clothes, the fashion, the body posture, the personality, uh, I think it's been there. I just want to teach other people how to do it. So, Mr. U's closet, you get it, closet. I'm Mr. U, fashion, you get it. Okay,
Yes.
good, good. But yeah.
Now, Mr. You, a lot of kids go through foster care and they are just down in the dumps. They're depressed about it. Now, as you was somebody that has came from that and you do a lot of advocating for that and speaking about that, what kind of words, if there were foster kids listening, would you tell them to keep their spirits up, to keep going, to pursue their passion and what they're trying to do in life and not let that define them?
Right. Um, I think one thing that I love to exhibit, not just even talk about, but just show people, because sometimes you got to take something out of its environment and take it to another environment to show it the possibilities of what it could be. Right. So I try to be an example of that. Right. I try to tell people all the time, like, you don't have to be a product of your environment, or you don't have to be a product of what you come from. You can aim higher. You can desire for more. You know what I'm saying? Like I made a post on social media not too long ago. It's like, don't be afraid to ask God for more, right? Be grateful for where you're at, but be bold enough to want more out of life than what you were shown, or what you like, not being afraid to push the limits, like push them. Like that's where you will find you would discover yourself. You will discover new things about yourself once you learn how to push your limits and just having that desire to want more out of life. And that's what I try to not just talk about, but I try to just be that example. Like, to just keep going and having that consciousness and that mindset that, hey, I don't have to stay where I'm at, or I don't have to use my story and where I come from to, you know, cause more negativity. More negativity. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can control the vibe for real. You can just control your thoughts and your desires and just aim it for higher. So that's what I want to tell them. Like, look, your greatness. You know what I'm saying? You're going through what you're going through right now for a purpose. Whether you realize it now or later, I'm here to try to tell you now. But like me, I mean, I learned later. You know what I'm saying? I learned later that I didn't have to run, right? I didn't have to run from it because it's a calling. So it's gonna catch up to you anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just about mindset and just consciousness and maturity, of where you're at in life. So yeah.
And now, Mr. Yu, so in the near future, what are some things that you have going on that you want to share with the people? If they want to contact you or if they want to purchase your book, how can they go about doing that?
Okay, guys, that's great. Anita, I am getting ready to launch because I'm doing a rebrand. Well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you don't know. I haven't. It's on the flyer for this podcast, but I'm in the midst of doing launching a rebrand. Mr. U's Closet is still going to be within that rebrand, but I'm launching a platform because I've been doing a lot of more public speaking events, a lot of different, showing up and supporting other events, nonprofits in the community. Um, and I do a lot of event hosting. So I want to launch IamMrU.com, which will include more of the speaking engagements, the hosting, the community influences, uh, all of that, and still have the services of Mr. U Closet. Like I'm still going to be, building out the, some photography service, the styling. I still have my partnership with Jay Hilburn as a stylist with them, so I still have my whole uh, all of my equipment, my fabric, my swats, all of the stuff to still do my custom suits and all of that. So, but I am leaning more towards getting into the more of the speaking opportunities. So that's why I want to do this rebrand, and it's going great. The website is already up. You can go there. You can see some of the content. You can read more about my journey. You can actually purchase the book straight from the website. You can book me straight from the website. Um, so I'm excited about that. That's one of the things that I'm most excited about right now. Also with the whole spiritual journey that I'm on. Also, I have a couple of events that I'm hosting that's in rotation here in the DFW. For one, the Arlington Merchant Mix, my partner Keisha Sanchez and I are scaling that thing so beautifully. We got some really great ideas and plans for it in 2025. So you guys stay tapped in. In November, we're having the International Men's Day event at the Merchant Mix. So you guys definitely be looking for that flyer to drop really soon. I'm also partnered with Natural Life Store with Yemi and her husband Arthur out in Frisco. We're doing the karaoke and kava nights October the 11th. Y'all come through, rock with us, have some coffee, some kava, and just relax and chill with us. Enjoy. We have different games too. It's not just karaoke. We have a game night. We have a DJ. We have music. We have refreshments. And of course, you got Mr. U on the mic, so you can't miss. And it's a few other things. I'm working on some more men empowerment events. I got a brand called Bros Brunch that I'm wanting to jump off this fall. And it's just basically a men's empowerment event. I'm gonna have some speakers, and I'm looking. I have a location in mind. I'm still working that out. So you guys definitely be in tune for that because you guys know I've been doing men empowerment events for years. And I have a couple of more speaking engagements. I have a couple of youth programs that I'm a part of. I do a lot of podcast interviews, so you guys stay tuned for those. Just being out in the community, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to be in the position I am to be of influence and just promoting all things life, health, and wellness, and awaken that consciousness and just helping bring the kingdom of God here to earth, because that's where it belongs. And just keeping it moving. I mean, I'm excited.
Well, Mr. Yu, listen, now you are on Life with Anita, and I personally know you. So I just want to give you your flowers publicly and say you are an amazing
Yeah, I
person.
appreciate
You do a
it.
lot of great things. And I just want you to know that you are respected, you are appreciated, and keep going and keep being amazing because I love
Yes,
all the great
ma'am.
things I see that you do. And
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
That's from the heart. Just keep going, Mr. You, because you are inspiring so many more than you know.
And yes, and likewise, Anita, so are you. I've seen your growth over the last couple of months since we've been networking together. And like I said, and that's what makes me so excited about what I do is when I meet individuals like yourself that aspire to be more. And I see that in you. So it's amazing to have you in the circle and just in the fold of this expansion that we're all experiencing, right? And
Yes.
when you know, when you experience that feeling, and sometimes it is from another human being, right? So once
Mhm.
you experience that, it makes you want to latch on and be a part of the goodness and the greatness that's happening because it is happening, and just knowing that and just being conscious that is happening now, right? So you want to keep yourself in position and keep yourself around those right environments of people that inspire you and lift you up and just make you feel great, right? Because Anita, you are great. And you keep striving, keep pushing. And
You.
everybody around you is going to continue to blossom as well.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. You. Now, as we get ready to end our show, what closing words would you say if somebody's listening and needs some inspiration from you, coming from what you are about, what you advocate for? What would be your words to them of inspiration?
Man, um, embrace the hardships as well, right? I think that's where the beauty really happens. Like embracing, I think that's one of the things that I've seen along my journey is a lot of people are afraid of the hard stuff. We're afraid of the tough stuff, right? So just learning to, you know, endure and embrace the hardships, man. I'm telling you, they make you golden, right? Taking on the pressure and just knowing that sometimes it's not as bad as we think, right? Sometimes it's just not as bad as we may be interpreting it to be. But staying the course, staying empowered, staying, you know, uh, just staying in alignment, staying in alignment, right? So, wait, somebody's trying to call me, but yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Embrace the hardships too. Embrace the hardship. Like is it feels great to be doing. It feels good to be up, right? It feels great to be up. It feels great to be winning. It feels great to be out front. It feels great to be getting the attention, right? But embrace those moments alone as well. Embrace those moments when you're in your valley. Embrace those too, right? Because without those, you wouldn't have sunshine. Without those valleys, you wouldn't have mountaintops. So
Yeah.
just stand strong and keep yourself around people that understand you and that can relate, right?
Yes. Well, I thank you, Mr. You, for being on the show. Make sure y'all check out IamMrU.com. Also, go out and purchase the book, Innocence Taken. Make sure you guys support this amazing man. It has been amazing to have you on the show, Mr. You. Thank you for coming on. And I wish you so much success
Absolutely.
in all the amazing things that you continue to do.
Absolutely. Likewise, Anita. I appreciate it.
All right. See you guys later. Thank you guys for
All right. Bye,
tuning
y'all. Thanks.
in with Anita.